You are a drop of the ocean in the ocean. You are the ocean experiencing what it's like to be a drop. When you sit in that, when you feel that, which for me has been like an evolving experience, because I've heard that for over a decade. You are a drop in the ocean, right? Meaning that you are an aspect of the entire ocean in a single drop, meaning that you are an aspect of the entire universe experiencing what it's like to be a single pointed consciousness in the universe. You're a single pointed consciousness of God. You're God experiencing what it's like to be one single individual form of consciousness, observing all of itself. I've heard that for years, and it's slowly, the knowingness of it gets louder, gets bigger, gets deeper, gets truer. As I grow, as I evolve, as I shift and dance through this life, that statement becomes truer and truer and truer. And the more I live in that, the easier things are because it's more like I'm just an observer of everything that's unfolding in front of me. Yes, I can affect the world around me by my energy and by the way that I interact with it, the way I speak, the way I think, the way that I act, the way that I move, my emotions, my feelings. All of these play into interacting with the world around me. So everything outside of me is simply a mirror of my internal reality. Everything that's happening outside of me is a reflection of my own internal state, my emotional state, my mental state, my physical state. That is what is dictating what happens outside of me and the way I perceive what happens outside of me. But I am a single pointed form of consciousness experiencing everything that is outside of me and inside of me. And the more I experience and the more I do and the more I try things and the more I learn things and the more that I fail and the more that I have my heart broken and the more that I have my bubble burst and the more that I have my ego shattered, the more that statement of that I am a single drop of the ocean in the entire ocean becomes truer and truer and truer for me. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful this whole thing is wonderful. I don't know why like, this is where my mind goes all the time. This is where my mind thinks all the time. And so it's like I have to come down and play the superficial game because my mind is off playing the interdimensional universal thing. And I've got to like pull myself in and ground into this experience because that's important too. Because I just want to play in form, like I just want to play in this all the time. So I'm sitting in observation mode and play mode, feeling and playing and observing and singing and dancing and crying and laughing and, you know, and I'm just sitting and watching it. I'm watching it happen. I'm watching the emotions come up. I watch my judgments come up. I watch, all my humanness come up. And I'm, at a point where I'm like, that's an old thought pattern. I don't need that anymore. That's an old judgment. I don't need that anymore. That's an old habit. I don't need that anymore. And you just change the game. You just change the level you're on. And by changing your reaction to yourself, your emotional reactions, your physical reactions, your mental reactions, You just change your reaction of those things. And in that pause, before you emotionally react, you consciously make a new decision to perceive it differently and level up to a higher state of awareness so that you're no longer emotionally reacting to the world and you're consciously making decisions. And then life becomes like a chess game almost, where you're just playing. You're just kind of like, do, 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 do. Try this. Oh, that didn't work. Try this. Oh, that didn't work. Try that. Oh, that worked. Cool. And then failure's not this big scary thing anymore. You're just kind of like, oh, it's just a redirector. It's just a redirection. Try this thing that didn't work. That moved me over here. Try that thing. It actually worked, but actually showed me another perspective of something that's even better. And then it's just like, and that's the game. Oh, and I have to ground in to the present moment to remember that I'm also human here to play in physical form in this wonderful, wonderful, beautiful world that we live in with all of the chaos and all of the craziness and all of the conspiracies and all of the fucking manipulation and all the tactics and all the distraction and all the dopamine. And you just watch and we play and flow and just be with it and let it go. When fears come up, just remember that's bullshit. When anxiety comes up, you just remember that's bullshit. Those are old conditionings. Fears, doubts, insecurities, depressions, anxieties. That's old conditionings from old perceptions, old versions of you that decided to judge something outside of yourself from a weak perspective. And now you can, when you get aware of that and you're so present and in the moment when you're going through the day, when those things come up, you just choose anew. You just change it. You just elevate the awareness, observe the emotional reaction, observe the mental reaction, the physical reaction, the dopamine chasing, the old unconscious patterns, and be like, that's not me anymore. I'm going to make a new decision that's more aware, more conscious, more loving, more giving, more trusting. And then you're stepping into your God mode. You're stepping into your creatorship. You're stepping into the person that is now creating your world. You are stepping into your highest form when you can now consciously create who you are, who you want to be, and attract what you want into your world. You become the creator. You become God, the God of who you truly are. You're still going to take things personally every once in a while. You're still going to have emotional reactions. You're still going to have your humanness come up. But it's just like after a while, you just start laughing at it. And you're just kind of like, damn, dude. I can't believe I still have that shit. I can't believe how I used to react. I can't believe how I used to do that thing. I can't believe how I was stuck in that addiction or I was stuck in that old thought perception or that old fear or that anxiety. I can't believe I was stuck in that shit. Man, this human ride is wild, but you gotta love it. You gotta love it. It's absolutely incredible. Do any of you resonate with that? Does any of that make sense? Curious. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Reach out if that made sense to you. I want to connect with other people who resonate with that and feel that. All right. Have a wonderful, blessed, amazing human day. Love you. Peace.